There he is. He's going with Mom because it's way too cold outside for Dan the man. So he's going to work with Mommy. You warm, Dan? Welcome back, Sawmill, everybody. My name's Bill. This is a very, very frigid cold Pirate Solutions Forestry. It is well below freezing, down around 17, 18 degrees today. Since I worked all weekend on the parade, you guys, hopefully you saw some of my shorts on that with Danny. It went very well. I decided to take yesterday off. It was too cold and windy to be out here. Today there's no wind, but it's cold. I want to try to get one log milled up to finish off this 2x10 by 12 foot long order for a very nice lady who's making some outdoor garden box things, I think. Well, we're just going to have to deal with frozen logs, and unfortunately I have a 10-degree band on there. What I should have done yesterday was, if I was motivated, I would have ground over a couple of bands, ground a couple of 7-degree bands. We're going to see how this 10-degree band likes this frozen pitch pine and see if we can cube this thing into a 10-inch cant and blast out the 3 that we need. And then we also need some 2x4s for another order. So we'll see how much we have left over and whether we're going to cut 2x4s or whether we're going to cut 1-inch material for our 51x8s that we need and our 31x6s that we need. So it's cold and we're just going to have to get at it, see how it goes. So we did already warm up the mill. I have what I think is just about the right amount of water in there with RV antifreeze in it. I would like to run this out, so I'm going to run it pretty heavy. I went to put my Pine Allen in there and some dishwashing detergent, and it's all frozen. So all I'm running is straight raw water with RV antifreeze in it. And we're going to run that until we run it out. I'm going to have to pick up some more later this week. It's going to be a weird week weather-wise. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. So let's get at it here. Let's see how it cuts apart. This log looks straighter than it is from your view. It's got a pretty good sweep in it like this. I still don't think it's going to be a problem getting our 3 out of this. I thought it was straighter when I looked at it in the pile. When we cut that second side, when we turn this up, it's going to be horns down. It'll be hump up. And we're just going to have to be a little bit careful with that side. We don't come down too far. Even if we end up having to roll this another time or something, that's going to give us the best chance. I'm just looking down it. It's got a pretty good sweep to it. It probably looks bone straight from where you guys are, but it's not. So let's see what we can do. Just like to get this one out of the way. I'm going to run my water pretty much wide open. Well, kind of wide open. Let's get her fired up and see what we can do. That's 13 and a half. I'm going to come up to 14 and 5/8. I'm going to make my top cut right there. Let's try it. Let's see how this band likes this frozen wood. Hopefully our water will end up down there. It's starting. It's a weird, funny shape. I almost wish I came up a little bit on that. I didn't see how much this end of the log comes up, but this is the big end. This is going to be a heavy chunk here. Don't need to take any more off that side, I don't believe. Bands seem to deal with it fine. I think my tendency right now, as crooked as this log is to want to leave this just the way it is and go ahead and spin it right now. I'm going to come down and take a 1-inch flitch off it. So we're going to come down to 13.5. Hope this doesn't screw me later. Just looks like it needs it. I'm actually getting some ice forming on the saw blade. It is cold out. Let's get her spun. See if we can make some magic here. I'm just going to take a couple of measurements. I got to be careful with this cut. It's like 17 to the top there. I think it's going to be about the same, to be honest with you guys. Nope, it's like 19. I think I got to bring this end up a little bit without knocking it out of square. All right, that should help. Let's see what we can do with this side. I got to kind of whittle out a little bit here. See where we're going to take our top cut and take the hump off this thing. It's going to look like a weird cut, but you got to take the hump out of it first. So I'm kind of missing right here. I'm going to just take it right there, just blind cut. That actually worked out pretty good. We got the hump out of it, and I almost cut out at 0 here, which is what I wanted. Our next cut's gonna, there'll still be a pretty good 8-foot board in this next cut down this end. We're probably gonna have to take a couple of flitches off this. So I'm up 17. I'm gonna drop down to 15 7/8 to take a cut. I'm just looking for my beginning down there to clean up to 10 inches. It doesn't really super matter if it does. I think I'm going to take one more off it just to get rid of this wane and get this down just a little bit. I have to be real careful with this side. I still think I'll end up getting my 3 out of it though. I think we're going to be okay. And we'll get this flitch off. Sorry. Hopefully I'll fast forward through these so you don't have to see me walking around this thing. And we'll get her spun. And we will set our width at 10 inches. Keep our fingers crossed. So I think this is going to get, you don't see it yet because to you guys on the camera, this log still looks straight. You will see what I mean when I spin this up and how crooked it is. I still think we're going to be fine, but it's a lot closer. It's a lot closer than it looks. So we're going to make a mark at 10 and see if we can steal something above it while blowing on my hands here. So let's come down to 10. And let's see what we got going on here. All right, let's come up to 11 and 8. Still think there might be a board at 12 and a quarter. Let's try it there. So I just cut out right there, but I think there might be a wide enough board down here. This band and this 18 horsepower are handling this log pretty well right now for it being frozen and pitchy and fairly good size. I might have got, I definitely got a 1x6 for my other order, 8 foot long down here. So we did okay. We're going to come down to 11 and 8 and then 10. We'll just make these back to back. I hit a nail or a rock, one of the two. I'm not sure which one. We're gonna have to see what just happened. I don't know if it's a nail or a rock, one of the two. Let me get this off. I'll show you what it was after. Yeah, it is a nail. Gosh darn it. Let's see, one nail in the freaking tree. Damn it. It's been in there a long time too. Oh, shit. Didn't cut super bad after it, but now I got to get it out. And that's going to be cold, hurting hands work. I'll show you what I hit. Yep. Way down in the middle of the tree, but sticking out through the side anyway. Now I'm hoping that there isn't one there too. You don't usually find nails in singles. You usually find them in pairs or 4. So I got to dig that out, and I'll be back with you guys. So that's what it was. I would have definitely hit it on the next pass too. I think we're just going to go on a hope and a prayer here. I'm going to try and take the flitch off with the band that's on here and hope that it's still cutting flat. We're going to find out. Hopefully it's not too messed up. If it is, I have a kind of half dull Stella cut band in the saw shop that I'll pull out, and I'll throw that on, and we'll finish this up with that. So let's come to 10 inches. Let's see how this band cuts and see if this thing is going to be, if the band's going to be usable. I'm telling you guys, right here in the middle here, there's only about 3 2x10s in this. This is going to be close, and I hope it's good. Pour the water to it, come to 10. Try and set our width. Seems like it's cutting okay. Hit another one. We hit another one. Right in the same spot too. Yep, right on the side. Well, we do have a good board here, probably for 8 feet. Now I got to dig this one out. Hopefully it was about the same length as the other one. That one came out pretty easy. This one's been in here again a long time. This one actually is a miss. I'm going to dig it out anyway, but this is a miss. When I cut my bottom board at 2 inches, I'm going to miss this altogether. I do definitely have my 3 boards. Let me look down the edge of this thing and see if I cut any waves here. I don't feel any. No, it's still cut flat. It's really chewing though. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw that kind of half dull Stella cut band on, so I don't have to keep cutting with this one chewing the way it is, and dig this out, and I'll be back with you guys in a minute. So that was the other piece. Almost missed it. We'll get the band swapped out, and we will flip this thing up and we will cut it out. Hopefully in uneventful fashion. All right, so let's get this thing spun up and cut it out. Hope we don't hit any more metal. I did do the band swap, and it looks like I've got 8 inches, so it looks like I'm going to get 4 boards out of this. The bottom one is going to be where the nails were, so let's get it cut up. So this is horns up now. My top cut's going to be at 10, then I'll drop down to 8 and make the last few cuts. We'll see what we end up with. It's going to be a pretty heavy piece. Nothing in the middle. It's probably going to break in half. Man cut fine, so let's drop to 8, 6, 4, and 2. You know, it's almost too bad that we got that lane on that top board right there, because I'd be able to get like 5 2x4s out of that bottom one. If that top one was good, I'd take these 3 off, complete their order, and I would cut that. I'd spin that bottom cant up. I'm at 4 inches right now wide. I mean thick, and 10 inches wide, and I could drop down in inch marks and get 5 2x4s by 12 foot long out of that bottom if that lane wasn't there. So we're just going to make a cut. We can always use 2x10s around here. Just going to pull this top board over a little bit for clearance. Should be good. Cut it at 2 and be done. Nice. Sweet. So we ended up getting 5 out of it. One of them is going to be for us. 3 of them will be for them. I'll ask them if they want any extras. I'll put them all over with their pile and see if they want any extras. You know, maybe they'll buy them. But let's shoot an outro on this cold day, and then I'm going to go to lunch. Give you a look at the wood on the way by. You can see in that pitch pine how it's got that red center like Douglas fir. If I drop water on the top, you'd see it all, the heartwood coming through the top too. In there, you can see that red. Real tight grain. Cut out beautiful. They'll be perfect for what they are going to do with it. These are more rot resistant than white pine. Cut nice and flat, cut nice and smooth, no waves in it. And we're going to put it on that stack over there and let them know they're ready to go. So that's all I got for you today, guys. Actually, with the sun on me right now, it's not all that bad. We still got a bunch of cutting to do. I also got to keep working on firewood, guys. I am mowing through it in the house right now. Just trying to keep the place warm. We usually don't get cold like this early in the year, and plus we got Karen here, so we got to keep the upstairs warm as well, which will be done the end of the month. But I'm really chewing through some wood, and I've got a lot of firewood to make sometime in the next 2 weeks as I keep trying to get through these orders. I think tomorrow's going to rain, so there won't be any video, I don't believe, tomorrow. But the end of the week, it looks like it's going to be a little bit warmer, and we are going to try to get at some more of these 1x. We got to knock out the 1x8s and the 1x6s. We've got about 70 of them or something to cut still. total. We'll be pulling down small logs, cut those first. I do have a giant one up there where I could probably almost cut the whole order out of, but I keep the giant ones around in case Thatcher Smith needs some slabs. So I think it's just better to mow through some of the smaller ones. It's a lot, it's cutting a lot of logs, but the handling's a little bit lighter. You're not killing yourself. I do have a lot of flitches to go through too. I think what I want to do is spend a day edging and see how much I get out of all my flitches over here. And then I'll end up with a huge pile to cut down into firewood of all my edgings and load up my campwood bins with that stuff. I use it a lot in the house. The campwood bins keep it dry. People do buy it for little campfires and stuff, and some people even burn the stuff in their houses. That'll be a good start for firewood, edging off all this stuff, see how far it goes. Some of it's long, and that's kind of why I've been hesitant to do it. Some of them are like 14 footers and 12 footers that I'm going to have to cut down to 8.6. But that makes it easier on some of the ones that are really thin on the end, or not as wide on the end. Once you cut them back towards the fat side to 8.6, then you can make pretty big boards out of them. So I probably have, just eyeballing around here, there's probably close to 30 boards. There is 30 boards. There's 30 boards sitting here waiting to be edged that I can turn into barn board for these two orders. So that'll make a really good dent in it. I think that makes sense to do that first. I just hate edging. I hate having to spend, a couple hours easy edging through all this stuff. I gotta get one of those, a board edger. I really need one of those. I'm going to take a look around this winter, see if I can manage one of those. But thanks for the watch, guys. Thanks for giving me somebody to talk to while I'm out here freezing. I know it doesn't look cold. Like right now, I can't see my breath right now, so it doesn't look freezing cold, but believe me, it's been freezing cold. I would bet right now it's close to 30. I bet it warmed up quite a bit with no wind. I'm going to go in, check on the wood stove, and go grab some lunch and get back here, put the mill away for the rain tomorrow, run my water out of the tank so it doesn't freeze. And Danny and I will take a trip tomorrow in the rain. I gotta go pick up some, I have to go pick up some flavored chewing tobacco in my neighboring state because it's illegal in my state. So we'll take our trip tomorrow. We'll pick up some windshield washer fluid, a little more RV antifreeze, another thing of Pine Allen. I'll get those in the house, get them thawed out, and look for the next good day. So make sure you like, share, subscribe, guys. Make sure you leave us a comment. Tell us what you think. Tell us if you want to see something different. I hope you guys all have a great holiday. If I don't talk to you, I hope I will before then. But for now, for Danny and myself, on a cold day, Pirate Solutions out.